This is the Coming Home Podcast with John Allen. And here we go. Welcome, everybody, to this episode of the Coming Home Podcast with John Allen. I am your host, John Allen. Before we get started with today's conversation, I would like to let you all know that whether you're watching this podcast episode on YouTube or listening on a podcast platform, you will find in the description of this episode three links where you can click in if you would like to support the work that I do here on the Coming Home Podcast with John Allen. Your donations, your support, your voices are greatly appreciated. Okay, today I'm with the illustrious Snoopy. Yes, see, you missed your cue. That was where you were supposed to say Snoopy.
No.
Anyway.
I don't call myself that.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I walked with you today.
Yes, you did.
Up in the hills, up above this wonderful city in which we live.
Beautiful walk.
You know, and I like it best when there's a breeze. You hear that breeze, it makes the trees talk. Mm-hmm. You know?
And the birds sing.
Well, the birds sing whether there's a breeze or not.
Yeah, but it's
combined.
It's the combined.
It's the
combination there that is beautiful.
I'm
it's
feeling
so nice.
I'm feeling like I'm getting my health back. Yeah. You know, I'm eating better. I'm exercising, far from optimally when it comes to exercising, but I'm exercising. Mm-hmm. The goal is to get in as good a shape as I can get before what is it? The 1st of September. First of September is the next shoulder operation?
I'm not sure.
I believe it's the 1st of September. And that's coming. That's a month and a half away. So I've got about 6 weeks to keep on doing what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying the process. But I'm thankful there's no weightlifting, no powerlifting training, no movement training or strength training these last couple of days. It's good with a couple of days off. But that's part of the plan. Got to put in some periods of rest.
Sounds like a plan.
Man. Mm-hmm. So, what's new with you? You guys got back from the trip up north to our place?
Oh,
how was that? Tell people what it's like up there.
Well, took us 3 days.
Now, this is for the Norwegians as well, because there's a lot of Norwegians that don't really know what it's like up in northern Norway.
Yeah. It took us 3 days.
To walk?
To drive. To walk. Yeah, and so we, I think one night we were in a cabin, and then we...
What do you mean one night you were in a cabin? You got to tell them this.
Yeah, we slept in one of them.
Yeah, the first night?
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, probably. Yeah, the first night, I think, yeah. And that was a cute little cabin. You had to bend down in order to get inside there.
Yeah, it looked like a little dollhouse. Like a little,
it did. It was cute, right on the river.
Now, first, people have to know that I didn't go with you guys.
No, you didn't.
I stayed behind.
Yep.
So you guys were on your own.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, I don't remember, but either way, we got up to Nord-Troms, Lyngen, and we camped at a campsite. It was halfway raining, but it was all right. Kids got to see where they went to school. We stopped there.
Lyngen, they call that the Lyngen Alps.
Right.
It's like Norway's answer to the Swiss Alps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful up there.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yep. And then we stayed in Alta for one day or one night at the hotel.
Best city in Norway, if you ask me.
Very nice there, peaceful.
Very peaceful. Good people up there.
Yep. Took the boat out.
The ferry boat, yeah.
The ferry boat with a car the next day, and got to the cabin. It was nice having a car. You know, we didn't have to carry all the luggage for half an hour.
Meaning it takes a half. It's a long distance from where the dock is for the ferry boat.
Not really that long.
A half hour with a heavy pack and stuff is a long. I mean, that's a.
Well,
that's
if
a
you have a heavy
walk.
pack, it would take longer. But if you walk without anything and just walk,
it's
fast,
a half-hour walk from where our place is to where the dock is.
Anyway.
So it's good to have a car. It's good to have a car that's quite convenient. You don't really need a car once you're there, but just that little piece from But the thing is, of course, you could fly up there, and we've done that, but it's not the same. Part of that trip is the driving. That's such a big part of being up there at our house up there is the drive up there. For me, anyway, I love road trips. I just absolutely love it.
It would have been nice to have you along, because then, just to talk with you and all that stuff, and then
So you missed me.
I missed you, John. Oh my gosh, I missed you. And share the driving and all that.
Well, yeah.
But
That's a rough trip to drive up there by yourself, so you're probably worn out by the time you got up there. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. 3 days, like you said. It took 3 days to drive up there.
Yeah.
3 days on the road to that place of peace. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
I have a song where I wrote about that place, our place up there. It's called From the Changes. It's going to be an album title, and there is a single song already written and recorded. So you guys are going to get to hear that soon.
Yep.
Yeah. It's hot
But
in here.
it was nice being up there. It was not hot there to begin with. It was
Well, there's
windy, a little
there's a
windy,
big
and-
temperature difference. That's
Yeah.
another thing that a lot of, at least the people back home in America, they all think that, oh gosh, Norway, it's just bitter Arctic cold all the time. No, today I'm sitting here sweating. Right now I'm wearing shorts, no socks, no shoes, and a t-shirt, and I'm sitting here sweating. It's hot. It's got to be, I bet you it's about 82, 83 degrees Fahrenheit,
Oh,
roughly.
I just love it. I think it's so nice.
I think it's way too hot. So it does get hot up here, but up north, it's a little more unusual if it gets this hot. Normally up there, it's around between 60 and 70. For it to get hotter than that up there is a little unusual.
Well, yeah, the first days, I have to say it in Celsius, it was around 10, 12 degrees
40.
Celsius.
45, 40,
And,
45,
yeah.
roughly.
But then it got hot, real hot.
Yes.
It was, I think it was like 28 Celsius for a couple, 3 days.
Yeah.
And then they had their summer. That was the summer.
That was the
This
summer, a
year-
couple days. Well, when we lived up
And
there,
it
when
was, actually.
we were living in Nordtroms up there, a little bit south of where we actually have our permanent home up there, we lived in another place a little further south. And that one summer, it never got above 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you remember that? This is in maybe 2010.
10,
Yeah,
I think it was.
It
It was
never-
snowing 12
snowing
months.
in June.
12 months of that year it was
Snowing in June,
Yeah.
July, August. I mean, it was.
The summer lasted from 6 o'clock in the morning till
But see,
11:30.
But I don't really care about
one day.
temperature. I don't care about, it doesn't have to be blazing hot. In fact, it's more uncomfortable for me when it's like that.
Yeah,
When
but-
it's sunny, when it's the beautiful landscape and the breeze and the nature and stuff, summer is summer. I don't really get into all that
Yeah, well,
temperature
yeah,
stuff.
that's,
But see, you guys overdrive it. You guys go crazy with this. Why is Norway the leader for skin cancer?
I'll tell you why. When you have 5.5 hour worth of summer every now and then, that's it. The rest of the year, you dress the kids with mittens and a hat and,
You guys
and a
have no
coat.
discipline whatsoever.
And then when the sun finally comes, we're going to suck it up. And you know what? We're not
that's
going to
why-
clean. We're not going to be
Yeah,
inside.
but you guys,
We're
why do
gonna-
you have to
Yeah.
lay and bake in the sun like that?
Because
that's why you
that's
guys,
it.
you see,
You never know when the sun
I see women,
disappears.
and I'm assuming they're 50 or 60 years old, and they're only 25.
Well, you never know when the sun will disappear again, and it will be another year until you see it.
You're not going to
That's
talk me
why-
down from that insult of Norwegian women?
No.
You guys really do overdo it with this sunbathing stuff. It's ridiculous. You don't.
Well, yeah, I don't
you
think
still-
it is all about the sun because when I grew up, we used to go to Sweden, and in Sweden we could buy carrot oil,
Oh, God.
and that's what I used as a tanning lotion.
Carrot oil.
Carrot oil.
You guys heard it. Carrot oil for skincare. Good Lord. Some weird stuff.
put it on
Can I have a cherry,
and lay it
please?
out there.
Have a cherry?
Cherry.
No, cherry.
Cherry. That's not a cherry. That's a grape.
I'm sorry. A grape. Give me a grape woman. Stop. Don't you dare correct my speech. I'm only correcting yours. You have to take it. I only have one arm. Come on now.
That's
You know
true.
that.
No arms, no grapes.
Let's go, woman. Oh. I regret bringing her on here.
Yeah. Anyway, so we did some fishing. I love fishing. That is so nice. We went on the rocks, did some fishing there.
Hold on now. You're not telling the whole story.
What do you mean?
This is fishing in the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't to me, fishing at a lake or on a river is boring.
No, that's fun
I've been spoiled by our time up there, being on a boat out in the middle of the sound, Rungsund, it's called, in between these 3 islands up there, out in the middle of that, in the ocean. You see dolphins and porpoises swimming around and stuff, and the ocean is literally bubbling because there's so much fish. Now that is fishing. That's what I want. That's what I'm used to.
We had a few days where we fished from the rocks, and then we
from the shore. Yeah,
from the shore.
But
yeah. And we got some good fish, a lot of fish
Absolutely.
there too.
No, I just wanted people to understand that this is not in a river or in a lake. This is ocean fishing.
Right. And then we went out on the boat, and it was so fun when that sai, I don't know what that's in English, but when that comes up and the seagulls are just going crazy, and you can see the water boiling. It's like there's a heat. Yeah.
I should link to the video footage you sent me of
you
that.
Really
the water
should.
is literally boiling with the fish, and the seagulls all come and start going crazy. I'm going to link to that.
You should do that.
I'll put that up there. No, but it was. You guys kept me updated with all the pictures and stuff, but yet again, I didn't get to go with you guys. But that's the way it is. But here we are now. You guys have been back now for what? 1 week. 1 solid week, and it was good to have you guys back. Kids are a little bit taller, a little bit blacker, more relaxed. I see that they're more relaxed.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with their attitudes. They seem happier and more relaxed
But
mentally.
you know what, though? There was no internet up there.
I'm telling you this. And to those parents who criticize us, and they do criticize us for restricting how much time our kids can have on the internet or on these crazy games, screw you guys. We're doing what's right for our kids. I see what that stuff does to our kids, and to their attitude, to their mood. So this time, I'm sure it's other things. It's also the fresh air and the natural activity and stuff, but just being away from those devices, the cell phone,
the games.
And again, we limit the time that they have on it, but the time that they do have on it, it affects them, and we see it. And parents can do whatever they want, but for our kids, as long as they're kids, there's going to be limits to how much time they can have on that stuff. It really, really affects them, and I really see the change in them when you guys came back. That they didn't have all of that. Influence, all of that, those games and devices. It drags their focus and their mentality in a certain direction that I don't think is very healthy.
Yep, we agree about that.
How about that?
Well, you know what? I think we agree about a lot of things.
Yeah, you've learned to stop arguing with me.
Oh gosh!
After 19, 20 years, 21 years, actually, you've learned. Skål.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. No, so how about this? That article that I found in the local newspaper, the regional newspaper, an article from 2003 where they interviewed me. According to that article, I had been here 8 months. 8 months. The article is from 2003, and I had been on that job, my first job, for 8 months. So this is 8 months after I came here, and first of all, it's cool to I didn't think about it at first, but it just now hit me. Here I was, less than a year after being in this country, and I was able to be interviewed in Norwegian. And give my responses in Norwegian. That's pretty cool.
That is very cool. But I found these articles up north.
Yeah, the ones that were even sooner than that. Yeah,
that was like right away,
that was
remember?
A couple months after we had been here.
Because you had some seminar or something?
I had that seminar, where we were talking about gang activity, tagging, and preventive work.
Right.
For juveniles.
Mm-hmm.
But that one...
Boy, were you handsome.
Were? Come on now.
Boy, are you handsome. And even more
There's
handsome.
no devaluation. There's no depreciation here, okay? This thing, come on now. No, it was, but it was very cool to read that article and to kind of have a throwback to what I was doing and what I was experiencing at that time. And on that article, there was a picture of me and 3 of these students that I worked with. Mm-hmm. And then right away I showed you the picture of the one who's, married, these kids, these adults now are in their 30s. And back then they were, just kids, barely teenagers. Some of them weren't even in their teens yet. And here they are, fully grown, late 20s, early 30s to middle 30s with kids and everything. And
gosh, time just flies like it's a snap.
It feels like it was yesterday. It does not feel like it was a long time ago. But see, that goes with my mentality when it comes to age. So many people, I'm 52 now.
Are you really?
I'm 52, and it does not that. I don't know. I see people my age with the comments that they have about their age and how it kind of upsets them that they are the age that they are. I don't get that. I don't sit around counting the days, counting time and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I can reflect over, oh, wow, that was cool when that happened, or this, that, and the other, but I don't feel that pressure that I don't know. I think it comes from just living in the moment and not being a shoulda, woulda, coulda type of person.
Mm-hmm. You're good at that.
I think I am. I try to be. I try to be focused on not being focused on this whole thing with time and with age and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Life is right here, right now.
Life is right here and right now, and if you focus on that, you tend to live right, meaning you tend to do the things that you want to do. You tend to do the things that give you spiritual, mental, and physical growth. And when that happens, you don't regret. You have no regrets when it comes to time. You don't feel any negative pressure from time. I think.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I don't even remember how old I am sometimes. So.
Yeah, they like I always say, half jokingly, they say I'm 52. I don't know. I don't remember the day I was born.
Right.
Okay, so they say by this measurement called time that I'm 52. Then I'm 52. I embrace it. Well, I don't even want to say I embrace it. It's just age to me is a non-issue. Mm-hmm.
That reminds me about a book I read way back when I used to read books.
I was just going to say, I don't think I've seen you read a book in the last 15 years.
I only read comic books. Anyway, it was about this white lady going to Australia and doing a walkabout with the Aboriginals.
Aborigines? Yeah.
Yes, over there.
Is there any significance to her being white?
Yes, because she didn't know their cultures and all that. She was writing a story about that, about them. And,
American woman, or do you know where she was from?
I don't remember. It's in Norwegian it's called the virkelige folket.
The real people?
Yeah. But anyway, they took her on a walkabout, stripped her all naked and all that, and they walked. And of course, this, I don't know if it took how many weeks or months it took, but...
why did they strip her naked?
Because you start over in a way. It was
it was
cleaning,
give her the true experience of going back to nature and everything.
And it was a cleaning thing in a way.
But they gave her like a loincloth or something, right? She didn't just walk around naked.
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway,
I don't remember.
Continue.
But why did the sound... There we go.
Continue.
Yeah. And then... So during the day, she learned a lot. But one of the things she learned is that they don't celebrate birthdays like we do. Like you are a year older. No, they celebrate when you learn something significant.
Yes.
And that just fascinated me.
That's cool.
It is. It is. And I'm thinking about myself, I don't think I celebrated my birthday since I was 18 years old. And I don't really care about celebrating.
To each his own. I don't really see anything negative with celebrating a birthday, but I find it, for me, it's odd to make a big deal about just being a year longer on this earth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good excuse to eat cake and ice cream. I'll take that.
Yeah.
But, to each his own. There's nothing wrong with people who want to celebrate it, but
Well, no, it's nothing wrong. It's just that I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't really see the need
We'll celebrate the birthdays of our kids and then they have a party and all, of course. But I don't...
Yeah, for kids, it's one thing.
Absolutely.
But for me as an adult, I see again, a good reason, a good excuse to eat cake. But other than that, marking these days of so-called birthdays, I just don't. To me, that opens the door to being the kind of person who fears more time on earth, the kind of person who gets this feeling of burden, this feeling of negative pressure because you're this, that, or the other age.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. I just don't.
There's been years when my friend Lena has sent me a birthday, happy birthday note. And oh my gosh, it's my birthday today. That's right. And I completely forgot about it until she reminded me. Because you don't, because you forget.
What are you talking about? I never forget your birthday.
Yes, you do.
I most certainly do not.
Yes, you do too.
What are you talking about?
And that's okay.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you, fool.
Oh, come on now. That's just not... I've never forgotten your birthday.
Oh, yes, you do.
No.
You remember a wedding day now. That you do.
Of course I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
The beginning of the downfall. No. Yes, of course I remember our anniversary and all that, but I also remember your birthday every year. I don't make a big deal about it, but I remember your birthday.
Okay. So what you're saying is you remember it, but you just don't care to say anything because I don't celebrate my birthday.
Didn't you just get done for the last 10 minutes talking about how it's not that big a deal?
It's not, but then
See, that's a woman thing right there.
No,
You'll try to be all tough. I don't need no man, and I'm not dependent on him for my happiness. And da. But good Lord, let a man not say happy birthday at when the clock strikes 0001. If I'm not saying happy birthday, apparently it's an issue.
No,
that's what you're implying. You can't win, fellas. You can't win. Don't try to win. Okay? Don't even try to win.
Don't even try it.
You can't.
No, you can't.
Because to win, you would have to understand them. And to understand them would mean you have to share a lizard brain with them. And that's just not possible. So just...
Okay.
Good Lord.
Oh,
Good
my
Lord.
gosh. Well, you know what? The sound keeps falling out of these headset things.
Well, that's because you have too many foolish thoughts blocking the brain waves. Okay? Stay focused.
Oh, my goodness.
Stay focused.
Okay.
Yeah,
Moving along.
Yeah. No, anyway, so that was that was kind of cool to read that article, get that little flashback. And that little reminder also that I've been incredibly fortunate financially, job-wise, socially, since I've been here in Norway. Incredibly fortunate that all of those things...
You have a wife that works then.
All of those... What? You working has nothing to do with what my situation is. Get out of here. But that I was able to get, fall into a great job / career, fall into a great social circle of friends and all that stuff, because a lot of, I was going to say immigrants, but to be more specific, a lot of Americans, American expats who have come here to Norway are struggling. And that breaks my heart. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought they were doing... Well, I know a few, but that's just the normal thing.
Some of them are doing extremely well. Some of them are doing well. Some of them are doing okay, but there's too many of them that are struggling, that haven't found a good circle of friends, that haven't found a satisfying job, that maybe they're now divorced with a prior Norwegian spouse, and they're kind of stuck here in Norway because they have kids that they share. And the spouse won't let them leave with the kids, or they don't want to leave by themselves back to the States.
Right.
And they're kind of in this, a lot of them are not as privileged and fortunate as I am, and I see that, and my heart goes out to them. It's hard enough thinking about what I went through coming here, dropping everything and starting my life over here. That struggle, in many aspects, continues to this day. The struggle of leaving everything that I knew and everything that I was comfortable with. in some ways that struggle continues today. But what if I had to worry about money? What if I had to worry about career? What if I didn't have any friends?
Right.
And there are some of us, some American expats, to say the least, of, about other foreigners from other countries who maybe had quite the traumatic background. Seeing that article and the way that interview was conducted and the questions they were asking me after such a short time, less than a year here in Norway at that point, it really makes me now feel extremely fortunate and thankful for the way things have gone for me since I've been here. Hadn't been a bed of roses all the time, but I'm quite blessed. And I see it. When I see that article and think through everything and compare with what other people are going through, the hardships that they have, I'm one fortunate black dude.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, that's good to hear.
What, are you just now figuring this out?
No, I'm just listening to you.
Yeah, but isn't that true? Isn't that the truth?
truth?
Isn't that the truth? I have been quite fortunate with the way everything has gone here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shoot, there's some people in their 40s that are still, trying to get their education in place here in Norway and find a job and start a career, and they're in their 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That is not an enviable position to be in. Those people have it rough, and it makes me appreciate, it makes me, I have to recognize, I have to verbalize my fortune so far and how everything has gone for me, because it could be a lot worse. I could be 40-something or, now 52 and still trying to figure out some sort of job, career, education, divorce with, kids and kind of trapped here. There's people that are in those situations. That's rough.
Yeah. Don't divorce me, John.
Huh?
Don't divorce me.
Why would I?
I'm just letting you know.
You got the goods. You got the boom shika. Come on now.
You never leave this.
See, now you should say that. You should say that and mean it. You know how hot that would be?
Oh, my gosh.
You said, you ain't going nowhere, boy. I got all this. Come on. And you kind of give a little,
Well, I never do that.
I know, you're too shy. You're too shy. You could do it. Nobody sees you. You're not on camera. Huh?
Moving along.
Look at you. Why can't we talk about you for a while? Why not?
This is your podcast. It's all about you.
Well, you're not supposed to just sit there and be silent. You can be a focus of...
I'm not silent. I'm commenting and...
Well, no, but it's nice to check in. This is actually... Now, I had so many episodes in the vault, so to speak, so many pre-recorded episodes. There'll be an episode coming out tomorrow that was recorded 3 weeks ago. And then next Sunday, there'll be another episode that was recorded 3 weeks ago. So this is actually the first... Yeah, one of the few solo episodes that I've done the last couple months.
Call this solo?
Do
you call this solo?
You just...
Thank you.
No, this will be called Solo Saturday with a sip of Snoopy. Take a sip. What do you have there? Iced coffee.
It's iced coffee.
Yeah.
It wasn't all that. The one I make myself is a lot better.
Yeah, you
this
took
is
one of
the powder stuff. It's too sweet.
No, so this is not a solo episode, but you know what I'm saying? This is one of the few episodes that I've done without an outside guest over the last couple of months. I've kind of slowed down a little bit, but I've kind of changed my focus. I got my little routine now when it comes to writing, which is going to be very interesting when that comes out. So that's kind of taken up a little bit of my time, and it also just kind of felt right to slow down a little bit with these podcast episodes. But I'm glad I'm doing this
finally writing.
Finally, good
Finally,
Lord.
Oh gosh, so many years I told you need to write.
Yeah, but I did. I would start. Yeah, but
wonderful ideas you have and all that. Gosh.
But I would start and then lose motivation, and then I would stop, and then I would try to start again and have no motivation and try to fight through that, and then stop again. So, but no, I found my routine now. So. You should write my biography. No one knows me better than you. Snoop.
Oh, I know. But I don't read and write. I'm done.
Right?
I don't read and write. I'm
Jeez,
done with that. No.
You're like Norm Macdonald. He says reading makes me sleepy.
Well, you know what though? It is true.
Some people
Yeah.
can't. But that, you know what they say? They say that is a sign that you don't have a proper sleeping pattern.
No.
Yes, that's what they say.
Well,
I'm not
that's
saying
what they
that's
can
the
say
case.
that, but that's not
That's what they
not
say.
the truth. Because what it was is it was actually my glasses were not the correct thing. You know, for all them years when I was studying, and I had to walk when I
Okay,
was reading.
So why don't you fix your glasses and start reading it?
Well,
Or
now it's-
are
I
you so
have.
arrogant as to think that you've learned enough and you just don't need to read anymore?
Well,
You've got all the
I would-
smarts you need now.
Well, thank
right?
you.
No,
There
I'm
you go.
asking. Is that what
No,
you think?
Thank you.
Is that what you think?
That's what if that's
Is
what
that
you
what you're
say,
saying?
then that's what
So what
it
you're
is.
telling me is that you don't have, it's all filled up on the hard disk. There's just nothing else to be, nothing else
Well,
to be
there's
put on
plenty
there.
of room. I'm listening to you, aren't I? Mm-hmm. I have to have a lot of room to listen to you.
Are you?
I'm listening to you. Oh my gosh, we've been talking and
That doesn't
talking
mean
and
you're
talking
listening.
and
You
talking.
hear what I'm saying, but you may not be listening.
Oh, I'm listening, baby.
Okay, baby.
Baby, my baby.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
this it's been kind of fun to check in with the viewers and the listeners. Screenshot. You have to do the screenshot. Give them a thumb. There you go. So,
Yeah, we're going to barbecue today.
yeah, our day is far from over. We are going to barbecue, but this has just been a nice, cozy little half hour. I just wanted to check in with my viewers, check in with my listeners, and I want you guys to check in with me. My website is johnallenpod.com, JohnAllenPod.com. I'm getting some emails that are dripping in. I'm going to make an episode here when I get a good number of interesting emails with comments and questions, and I'll just go through them on the episode. That'll be kind of fun. So you guys need to keep doing that. Go on johnallenpod.com. You can send me an email at john@johnallenpod.com. That's JohnAllenPod.com. And people can find me where, Snoop?
YouTube. On YouTube.
And the name of the podcast is? See, here we go. You know what?
Hold on,
And
hold
people
on,
tell-
hold on.
no,
I know.
you know what? You
Hold
don't
on,
know.
hold on.
Go
hold on,
ahead.
Hold on.
Tell them. Like, that's embarrassing. Not for me. It's embarrassing for
No,
you.
I know. Let me just think.
See, what happens, people, is I'll run into people out and about, they'll recognize me. Oh, yeah. Hi, John. Yeah, great job on the podcast. Your wife must be so proud of you. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, she's not. She doesn't even listen to my podcast, and she doesn't even know the name of it, as we see here.
Getting something.
What I'm getting is irritated with you. 'Cause you don't. It's called the Comin Home Podcast with John Allen.
That's what it was. And you don't spell it with coming.
No,
Yeah.
Comin apostrophe. Comin.
Coming.
The Comin Home Podcast with John Allen. Why can't you remember that?
On YouTube.
Or any podcast platform.
Yeah, but on YouTube it's the important thing because that's where
That's
they
where I
can
want
give you
people to be.
sponsors.
That's where I
and
want
this
people to
thing.
be. Interesting battle, interesting struggle to make that happen. I don't understand these algorithms and stuff. Whatever, people will show up there on YouTube eventually. But for those thousands who are on these other podcast platforms, especially Spotify, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for being there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your eyes and ears. Thank you, Snoop, for your tolerance. I tease you relentlessly. But you know what? I was pretty good to you. I didn't tease you during this episode so much.
So much.
I didn't say anything about your fat little hands and stubby thumbs. I didn't say anything about that. And then you dug your own grave when you didn't even know the name of my podcast or how people could find me. So I think I did pretty well. I didn't tease you about anything.
Yeah, it's
today.
pretty good, John. Pretty good.
So
All right.
just checking in with you guys. Thanks a lot. Check me out. Send me those emails. Please subscribe. See you guys. Bye now.
Bye now.
Thank you.